Welcome back, everybody. It's been a while since I've put a video up, but I thought I would take a few minutes today to talk about deleted scenes and extended scenes. So, a deleted scene in a film is pretty much self-explanatory. It's a scene or sequence that you cut from a film for any number of reasons, whether it be pacing or technical or narratively. It's a scene that doesn't quite work in the final edit. And I wanted to show you some of the scenes from the film One Red Day that I released a few months ago that we ended up cutting, and an alternate ending that we didn't end up using. So, full disclaimer, when I write my screenplays, I try to write them as taut and as streamlined as possible. I don't like to have anything extraneous in the film because as a student making your student films, you want everything to hit and to land. However, on this project, this was the first project that I ended up having to cut a scene out of, and it's always hard. As a writer, it's always hard because you love writing the scenes, you love writing the dialogue, and it's hard for the crew too because everybody comes out, they put in a lot of effort, your actors are putting in a lot of effort, it takes time, everything from saying the lines to doing the slate. All of that takes a lot of effort. But at the end of the day, myself and my editor, it's always down to what makes the film flow the best. So I thought I would take some time today to talk about the scene that we cut and the extended ending that we didn't end up using. So the scene that we cut happens earlier on in the film, and Shashank's character, number 7, has just been given his next assignment in this information packet from one of the villainous organization's handlers, played by my friend Kate. And he gets the information packet, they go their separate ways. And in the script, I had a scene where Kate's character, one of the handlers, meets with another handler, played by myself, and we discussed the possibility that Shashank's character, number 7, has snapped, and he's behaving irrationally or in a way that's not normal. And I liked the scene in the script. I liked the anxiety of it. I liked that these two characters were obviously riled up about something that the audience isn't totally cued into. I liked the fact that the dialogue was sort of drip feeding the audience information that would become relevant later, and it worked. It worked great. And when it came time to filming it, it also went pretty smoothly. I won't comment on my own acting, but my friend Kate, I think she did a fantastic job selling the anxiety of the scene and playing it with a certain casual nature that I hadn't written into the script. So she did a great job, my team did a great job. It was a small little scene, and then when my editor, Ava, when she sent me the first couple of drafts with the scene in there, I realized that it was affecting the pacing of the film. And we have this flow following number 7 through from the beginning of the story, and he gets his information, and then all of a sudden we take a detour from that to look at 2 other characters who don't appear in the rest of the film. So, as a writer, I really like the scene, but as a director, and looking at it with an editing perspective with Ava, we realized that it wasn't working, and it was affecting the pacing and slowing down the film. So that was the main reason, and this is the main reason that scenes get cut in films as well, because in this particular context, it was affecting the pacing, and the information that was being dispensed in this scene would be given out later at the end of the film anyway. So we decided to go ahead and cut the scene, but we've preserved it, and we'd like to show it to you now. So here it is. Enjoy. A brief disclaimer before both the deleted scene and the extended ending is that the scenes aren't fully polished in terms of technical quality, so what this will give a brief insight into is the hardest thing I think to get when working on a student film is really good audio. So some of the audio might sound a little strangely mixed, that is just because the scenes are not fully edited yet. But however, nonetheless, enjoy. Did he drink up?
Yeah.
But he didn't code in?
No. That's not good. This unit has an untarnished record.
But did he run out of brain? Okay, he has an untarnished record, sure, but it's a long record too.
No, I don't even want to begin to think about breakage. What? Well, what else are we gonna do? Look, your guess is as good as mine, but we need results, not uncertainty.
He's never needed a second unit before.
He's never made a mistake before. I'll call management.
You have a secure line up here?
Does it matter? It's him. Look, just go bring the truck around. Yeah. Code in, Operator 5. Breakage report. Insurance request, current assignment.
So that was the one scene that we ended up cutting from the final film. Now on to the alternate ending, which was excluded for obvious reasons, but I'm presenting it to everyone today for more personal reasons. So in the film, it ends on a pretty definitive note. The character of Red, played by my friend Emmy, walks away from this horrific shootout with her own intents and machinations to take on the villainous company that the Shashank and my brother Tejas worked for. But the script goes on for another couple pages, where we see the fallout within the organization of what happened now that number 7 and number 8 failed in their mission, and there is a supposed civilian that's now on the loose that shouldn't be. I shot this scene with a few of my friends, making some cameo appearances, and I needed some people to play the older members of management, so I was able to wrangle my parents into the fold, have them do some real acting. And the scene, frankly, if it was part of the original cut, it would have dragged on. The film has a very definitive mark when Red walks away, and it's up to the audience what's going to happen next. But I wanted to still present this scene because, personally, I always have fun shooting with my friends. It's a completely sort of different experience as compared to shooting with like a professional crew, but when you shoot with your friends, it's a lot more fun, and especially because I got to shoot with my parents. And they were very gracious, and they were very generous, and I think a part of them was excited because they've always wanted to do a little movie acting. So I'd like to present that ending scene to you now. So here you guys go.
Codex Telecom, how can I help you?
Operator 5, comm check, go secure.
Confirmed 5x5.
Status is burned. We've got a real problem here.
We know. Any word from the ground units? It's been 8 hours local time.
Negative operations.
From number 7, I take it.
No, I mean negative from both of them, 7 and 8. They both failed, and the girl is loose.
8's new blood, but 7's a first-gen unit. They don't fail.
I know he's first gen. His brain was scrubbed.
How do you know?
I know because when my partner verified, 7 had an empty vial, blank slate. And before you ask, of course I trust her. Look, we're crashed here. Send this up the wire. Negative comms, assets off grid, and the target is still rolling. Just pass that along the food chain. And tell the birds to keep watch. I want eyes on this girl, now. Besides that, 0 residuals. Liquidate our local details, torch everything, including the telecom company.
Are you sure? You have to be sure before making broad strokes.
We don't know what she's got on us. So we're done here. Use local transport, the car rental, get home. I'll talk to number 1 myself.
Let's just take another few days and then go back. I have to tell 9 his brother's dead and will need time to reset and redeploy him. It'll be easy, just... How do you know about this place? This is...
A safe house? Yeah, 1 of 5. We know. We aren't all on pills or broken in the head.
We didn't break them. We built them. We nurture them and we protect them. They're like our children. We'd never abuse them.
Well, we've all seen how you treat your children, so that doesn't mean very much, does it? Look, I need to speak with her. We have a problem. We do not have time for this. Listen to me.
You do not break chain of command. She's my wife first.
Your wife, my boss, it doesn't matter. We are all dead if this mess has metastasized as much as we think it has.
You look terrible.
Ma'am, I'm sorry to disturb you. I apologize, ma'am, but we are crashed on the current assignment. I cleaned house locally. I didn't know what else to do. I know how important this mission is to you. We all do. So, what do we do now? Do we send another insurance package? If you need to talk to management, I
am management. Patience. She'll be coming for us now. So we let her.
So that was the extended ending. Now I hope that this video has lent a little bit of insight into why things get cut out of films, whether it's for a narrative purpose or a technical purpose or pacing troubles. You know, it's always for a reason. And I would say as a filmmaker that always go back and look at the material that you cut out, because there's always something to learn. Whether it's, you know, material that you cut out because you explained it later, or perhaps an entire page of dialogue can be summed up through 1 or 2 meaningful actions. There's always something to learn, either from that narrative perspective, or for me, I was learning from a technical perspective. A lot of the stuff that I ended up shooting on my own had some really wonky audio. So I was learning how to deal with editing poor audio in post. And there's always something to learn. And that's why I would say that going back through your deleted and extended material or stuff that you're snipping out of your film, always go back and take a peek. There's always something to learn. I would like to take a brief moment to thank my wonderful and exceptional crew once again, my friends and peers. You guys, I would not have been able to make the film without you. I would not have been able to get it off the ground without you and your continuing hard work on weekends especially. And I want to thank my actors for reading the goofy lines that I ended up writing and giving it your all. I really appreciate all your time. Again, for agreeing to appear in my stuff time and time again, and to get my brother down here for a weekend and to get him to help me out. I will always be very thankful to Tejas for working on my films for so many years now, so thank you. It's a bit rambling, but the sentiment is there. But yeah, thanks again everybody for watching. Please check out all the other content on my channel. I have a lot of short films that myself and a lot of people have worked pretty hard on. So please give it a watch, and if you're feeling particularly inclined, please subscribe and leave some comments down, what you would be interested in seeing next. Thanks everybody, have a great one.